going, boys and girls of YouTube? We've got to talk about something today. Yesterday was patch day. Smite 2's coolest skin to date was dropped. This matters.
The Vulcan
it's
skin,
not a tier 5 skin, first of all, not in comparison to Smite 1. It's more like a tier 4 skin. It's pretty cool, but for some reason this led to Reddit once again being crybaby. You know what? All right, we don't need to name call around here outside of crybaby.
Sorry.
Okay? There's a couple posts. We're gonna look through it, talk about it, but just to clarify, so the confused people, I hope you're confused and not just ignorant, dumb, talking for no reason. The way Smite 2 works, if you did not know, from the beginning, we're gonna start from the beginning. Everyone was mad because of Smite 1 skins not transferring over. Hirez said, "Okay, we got you. We're gonna give you all of your gems you ever spent in."
If you guys are new here, just so you know, this is the most wildly generous thing a fucking company has done. This isn't me just getting riding Hirez here. This is like you bought cosmetics on a game on a UE3 engine and from fucking 2006. Right? That's when UE3 was made. It's like 20 years old. You wanting it in the next game for free isn't reasonable. There's a word for it. Entitlement, that's what it is. It's entitlement. They've even offered to give you legacy gems and give you the classic skins for free, and people still complain because they have to pay diamonds. You can still get this, like, if you think about their original aspect, like, they were like, listen, we don't like the fact that not all our skins come over, right? When Hirez first announced it, I was like, oh, fuck, all my skins and all my progress, it's all going to be gone. And then all they did was explain why they can't bring it directly over and that they would need to recreate every single skin from scratch, and there's like 1,600 skins, and I just went, yeah, that's not reasonable to expect from you at all. And then I moved on with my life, right? I just said, oh, that sucks. And then I went, all right. And that was it. Right? I think that's what most reasonable people did. They had a moment of, oh, fuck, man. Like, that's a lot of memories. That's a lot of skins, right? I love those skins, and they're going to come there. I'm not going to have them. So Hirez was like, we're going to give you legacy gems. Right? We're going to give you legacy gems, and you can purchase the classic skins with those gems. So it's like, you get your skins. Fan favorite skins from Smite 1 come to Smite 2, and you get to pay for it with legacy gems. And then people were like, that's dope. But then they made recolors of those skins, put extra effort into recoloring those skins and giving it a variety of not just different recolors, but it actually changes the aesthetic of the character itself and a few different things, sometimes even changing the animation colors. And now they're complaining because you would have to pay for that. So not only did you want the skin that was coming from Smite 1 to Smite 2 for free, but now you're complaining because you have to pay for the recolors, which are optional? You're dumb.
Smite 1 as the legacy gems in Smite 2. If you buy the game, you'll get double. For example, I have like 1.5 million legacy gems.
Here we go again.
They'll last forever. When Smite 2 drops, there will be diamonds as the new main currency. This is important to note.
I will say that is pretty true. If Smite 2 was just a Smite 1 recolor, like it genuinely was just like same thing, it's literally not a sequel, but it's just a upgraded engine, I could see how you would be like, I want my skins. If this isn't a new game and this isn't a sequel, I want my stuff, right? Because why would I go play that? It's just like a nicer looking version. And if that's the case, just keep Smite 1 servers open, because then it's just like, I don't want to opt to play on like the better looking thing. Doesn't matter that much to me, right? But it's not. It's a fucking sequel. So that does, yeah, I agree.
Gems were 8,000 gems for $100. Skins are somewhere around like 1,200 gems for the most part in Smite 1. In Smite 2, diamonds are 16,000 diamonds for $100. Okay, so with that being said, quick math, I hope everyone's follow along here. The prices in Smite 2 should be somewhere around double.
So to be clear, because of that, because some people get confused, hi baby, because some people get confused because they're like 3,300 diamonds, like that's hefty. And I agree, compared to the other stuff that you've bought in Smite 2 so far, I agree. It is pretty hefty. It's probably the most expensive thing we've bought so far, to be fair. But, to be fair, it's the coolest thing they've came out with so far. But if you were to associate it, people are like 3,300 diamonds. That's fucking wild, right? And I'm like, no, that means it would be a 1,600 gem, right? Because it's half the value. If you were buying something similar in Smite 1, and I said for 1,600 gems, which isn't a lot, 1,600 gems, you could get 8 different Vulcan skins within one skin, 2 trackers, 2 ward skins, 2 titles, an avatar, few other things. For 1,600 gems. Like, yeah.
What they were in Smite 1 to be equal. Now, that was a lot of words there. Confusing. 1,200 gems in Smite 1 is equal to 2,400 diamonds in Smite 2. Okay? We got it. That's the entry. That's important information here, okay? So, now we talked about the skin being dropped yesterday. This is the skin. It's a Vulcan skin, okay? There are 8 of them. 8. So if you click on this one, this is the base model. Behind my camera, you guys can't see right now. You can cycle through the 8 different versions of the skin. 8. Okay, 8. I'm mentioning 8 because it's very important. 8. By the way, the green one's the best looking abilities. So now these are sold through events. So the way it works is you buy this. It's a collection. It's the Emberlord Saga. You buy the base, okay? It's 3750 diamonds, all right? 3750 diamonds. This is like 25-ish dollars, maybe a hair more. It gives you access to buy all the stuff in this with in-game currency, which you earn at a rapid rate. Before buying this and the other one, I had 18,000. I just call them cookies. I don't really know what they're actually called. They look like little cookies. I had 18,000 cookies. I bought everything and I still have 3,500. I don't play the game an insane amount. I realize I play this game for a living. However, I don't stream 1 day a week, and then 2 days a week I spend doing non-in-game stuff. So that's 3 days of the week I don't even play the game to get points. And then it's likely another day out of the week I'm doing PTS, customs, something. So mostly just play the game and get cookies 3 days a week. You also get these from watching streams, at least you used to. Now they have skins out. Watch the stream. But to get to the next tier, you spend cookies. Actually, it used to be you spend cookies. Now you just have to buy the skin. So for this one, you buy this skin.
a week.
It's like 2,000 cookies. You get to this tier. You buy this skin. It's 2,000 cookies. You get to this tier. You buy this skin. It's 2,000 cookies. You get to this tier. You're getting the picture, right? Then you buy the ultimate skin, 2,000 cookies. You get to the final tier. Then you can choose if you want all of them, like me, or if you just want one or whatever. And there's also backing animations, recall skins. So $25 gets you access to 8 skins. Yes, you need to play the game, but if you're not playing the game, why do you want the skins? That shouldn't even be part of the conversation. This is a crazy thing to get mad at. I don't understand. In Smite 1, this would have been a $50 skin, and there would have been one color for you to use. You would not have had these options. We know this because Hirez was never doing crazy prism skins. They started to try to dabble in prism skins. They were pretty bad. There was nothing like this. This seems to be way more accessible in UE5 for Hirez because they've done a bunch of different, maybe not this level, but a bunch of different prism skins is what they're calling them. My mind instantly jumps to, how are you mad at this? This makes perfect sense. For one, Smite is a free-to-play game. Let me clarify this. Smite 2 is a free, Smite 1 was as well. Smite 2 is a free-to-play game. Every time you level, you can unlock a new character. I'm already level 61, so I can unlock 61 characters.
Bro, I'm level like 125.
Holy shit. Then, if I want to spend money, the God Pass is $30. Okay, cool. That's cheap in today's world. If you don't think it is, you're crazy. Look at every other game. They're currently arguing about should games be $90. This is Smite 1 lasted 13 years. You spent $30 for 13 years of content. That is insanely good value.
I'm a grinder, buddy.
So if you don't want to buy the God Pass, it's free to play. If you do want to buy the God Pass, $30. Nexus code Weekend. Just throw it out there. Nexus is the website Hirez sells through. But now cosmetics. You don't have to buy cosmetics. They are for fun. If you want to spend money and look cool. How are we ever getting mad at cosmetics? Like, this is crazy. And I mentioned earlier that they transferred.
Like, this is what I'll never understand. This is what I'll never understand. People will actively spend $70 a year on Call of Duty titles, NCAA titles, like they will spend 90, 80, 90, they'll get the special versions, $80, $90 a year for a game that is genuinely just a recolor with new guns and a few new maps, and they'll buy that same recycled garbage, subjectively, but garbage every year, right? It's the same game. They've adjusted the stats on Madden and, like, tweaked, like, 2 or 3 different interactions. It's the same game. And you'll buy it. FIFA, same shit. You'll buy it every single year. You're only attacked right now if you buy that every year. Nothing wrong with buying it every year. Buy it every year, right? You like the game? Play the game. You like the new one? Play the new one. Nothing wrong with it, but you can't actively be mad that, like, Smite 2 costs money for the God Pack, because that's what people were mad about. This is dumb that I have to pay for, like, a alpha game or a beta game. It's not. It's giving you early access. You don't have to buy it. You don't have to buy into early access. It's not ready yet. You're buying into early access. Like, don't complain to me about the God Pack or how much this game costs, because 99% of the stuff you'll buy in the game are optional, and the other was $30 that gave you ultimately thousands of hours of gameplay over a 10-year period. 13-year period, whatever.
Over in the top right, you see here, Legacy Gems. I spent like 200,000 already.
Oh, no, you're good, Mike. I'm more talking about the God Pass.
The second part of this conversation. We covered, like, the most...
I was more talking about the God Pass when people were talking about having to pay for the alpha and whatever.
They have these other Traveler limited time passes, okay? And in these limited time passes, they are re-releasing old skins from Smite 1. And people are getting upset. Now, I get why you would be upset if you didn't pay attention. The information's out there. I realize maybe you...
This is what people are getting upset about. They're like, why is this skin costing diamonds instead of gems? You said I could get it for gems. The item, when it's on sale, is diamonds only. If you want to wait to get the skin for your legacy gems only, you just wait until the sale is done, and then it becomes available for purchase with your legacy gems. It is available first to people who are paying the premium price with diamonds, which gives them access to extra skins. If you want the early access to the skin and you want it with all of the additional things they've put in here, then you're gonna pay diamonds. If you don't, you can wait and get your skin for free. For free. Free. Read.
Don't stare at the internet all day, and I can respect that. But these limited time Travelers packs will be limited, and then they will go away for a couple months, and then the skins will come back for free. The Smite 1 skins will come back, and you can buy them, I say, for free. You have to use your legacy gems. You won't have to use any money. You'll just use legacy gems. They put this in the game, so those of you who are impatient will spend money and cry. Smartest marketing technique of all time, by the way. It's been used forever by different companies. They're just getting you to spend money because you can't wait 2 months. You'd rather cry now and say, I need it now, instead of just waiting 2 months. They did the same thing with Beach Babe Aphrodite, base skin. This skin will be able to be purchased with legacy gems in 2 months.
If you want it for free, you have to wait. If you want to spend money, spend money. If you don't want to spend money, you don't have to. That's what all this boils down to.
This is what I know because people...
This is what this boils down to. I'm probably not going to watch this entire 36-minute video. I just wanted to kind of hear his initial thoughts on it. But, like, you don't have to buy the skins. You aren't getting screwed over. Hirez is not stealing your content and your stuff. You just don't read. That's it, right? That's it. You just don't read. Because guess what happens? I'm not a good example because I'm buying everything they put out. Okay? I'm not a good example. I buy every single thing they put out right now because I want to support the development of the game. Throughout Smite's history, if the past 4 years before they swapped to Smite 2, I didn't really buy skins unless I found one really cool. Then I would buy it. And then if it was like, oh, it's really cool, but it's an Odyssey and it's $99, and then I would just decide, do I want to spend that on the Odyssey? And then I would decide, and it would either be yes or no. Sometimes it was no, sometimes it was yes. Sometimes it was like, all right, actually that one's the Cthulhu one, the Cthulhu Toon Tier 5, that's pretty sick. I want that, right? And I would buy it. Why are we crying? Like, I'd say, hey, how fucking annoying Smite players are regarding legacy gems. The frustrating thing isn't even the fact that we are debating the value of the skin and its subjective value and if we find that worth investing in. People, for the most part, are mad because they don't read. They don't read. That's what they're mad about. They don't read. They're like, they're not letting me use my legacy gems. Legacy gems are supposed to be able to be used by everything. Why can't I use it on this? It's supposed to be available for every purchase. Buddy, it's going to be available for you to purchase. They release it early, If you want to wait, you will absolutely be able to use 100% legacy gems on the classic skins. You will 100% be able to use your legacy gems on the classic skins. If you want to pay ahead and get early access to the skin, you can. If you find that unfair because you don't want to wait 6 weeks to get your free skin, that's kind of a oopsie. Too bad. Too bad, buddy. Like, that's just what it is. That doesn't mean you don't get your free skin. You still get your free stuff. If you want free stuff, you gotta wait a little bit. If the people want to pay, let them put it in there. I think the issue is people see the 3 other running marks to be available for half off. Yes, but that's my exact point. They don't read. Every time these come out, they're explained. Every time these come out, they're explained in the Titan Talks, and they also have text that explain how the markets work. I don't want reading in my video games. I don't want reading.
People been coming in and crying to me about. They did it. This skin is Smite 1 skin, right? Nerd Rage Kabrakin. They gave you other options. If you want to buy the premium version of this Traveler's Pass, it costs like 15, 20, 25 bucks. I don't know the exact value because I bought it. I think it's less than that Vulcan one that I showed you. It's probably closer to 10 or 15 bucks. Then you can use your cookies to buy the skins you want.
I don't want to read abilities. What does this ability do? I can change stances as Merlin and choose which one I want?
Options, and you won't stop crying about it, bro.
They've been more transparent, but I agree. That's why it's wild.
I would understand the response. Kids don't play Smite. This game is played by people primarily over the age of like 25. Like the average age I think is 25 for people to play this game. You are an adult human who I'm hoping has a job and some source of income, knows how to budget their money. I realize a lot of people struggle with that. And you're complaining about skins in a video game that will be free if you have any patience. Do we understand how crazy that sounds? I hope I'm not alone in this. I feel crazy having to say this. Like, I truly...
It's free.
We're 7 months into this game being beta free to play. 7 months. Not a year, not years. 7 months. And we're freaking out about waiting 2 months for our free skins.
Are people acting like they're forced to buy it? People are going on Reddit literally saying that they need to sue Hirez because Hirez is not letting them use their in-game currency the way they wanted to. So they're saying, like, I don't get to buy my Sobek right away because it's only diamonds, because when they launch it, they're like, here's the classic skin, and here's all the things for it. You can buy it with diamonds and get all the recolors. If you don't want to do that and you just want your free skin, as soon as this sale is done, you will get your free skin that you can use with legacy gems. They're basically like, if you want to pay, you can pay and have it now and get all of the recolors as well. Or if you want to wait, you will get it for free. You just have to wait 4 weeks or however long the traveling market is, and then you'll have it for free. But since people's interpretation of that is, well, then I don't get the skin right now, and they're not letting me use my legacy gems on it, then you're stealing my money. That's what they're thinking. Yep.
Smite 1.
I desperately want there to be new school subjects that take us away from all the irrelevant stuff they teach us, and I want them to start teaching critical thinking skills and reading comprehension. Too many kids nowadays are slipping through the cracks where they just either don't read or refuse to read, or if it takes longer than 4.7 seconds and they haven't put it in a TikTok to consume all the information in half a second, they have no idea how to read, retain, and assess. They have no idea how. I watched this and just said, oh, they're still giving people the skins for free, but they're letting me pay diamonds if I want to for recolors of that same skin. And then I go, oh, cool. Yeah, I'll buy it.
You to process this. I need you to process that other games, when they go to the next version, other than very, very recently, never ever gave you your skins from the first game. It didn't happen. I understand right now that there's a big thing in the works where they're trying to make it so games can't just close down without access to playing them because you have ownership.
It is true, Scooby. That is true. Sun Wukong proof.
When you buy these skins, we are paying for digital pixels in a video game, that could end at any point. Getting upset as an adult while you actively make adult decisions is ridiculous, and it should not be acceptable. No one should be enabling you to do this. It should be shut down by anyone around. If any of your friends are saying or crying about this, you need to shut them down instantly. Send them this video, tell them whatever, because this is crazy. Now, I did say Reddit had some posts. I didn't even go through these posts yet, but I did see this is a top post yesterday, which my chat was telling me about on stream. What is going on? Can we finally talk about how things are getting absurdly abusive? You don't have to buy these skins. This is crazy. I also want to note, I didn't mention this before because I forgot. If you buy the God pack, they give you 5,000 diamonds, which is like $30. So you buy all the gods for $30, and then they also give you $30 worth of diamonds, the in-game currency. So it's basically a double up in value. Just need to note that. All the cosmetics, whether it's the Traveler's Market, which Traveler's Markets are temporary, and the Smite 1 skins will come back later for you to buy with Legacy Gems, which are Legacy skins. They're not.
I'm telling you, Jabber, it's wild.
One Legacy scam. One Legacy.
Don't get me wrong. Like, I understood the sentiment and disappointment when they found out that, like, your skins wouldn't be transferring. I put a lot of money into the game throughout those 10 years, and we're upgrading to a new engine and stuff like that. The game's going to be a little different, and all of the stuff that I like about the skins and all the stuff I have is going away. When I first heard that, I was like, fuck, that's lame, man. And then they explained why. And they explained what they would need to do to give me all that, and I just said, yeah, that's fair. That's I would not expect that. A reasonable person would not expect that. And then they said, we're going to give you Legacy Gems, and we're going to bring select Smite 1 favorite skins to the game, and we're also going to give you half off every purchase with all the Legacy Gems for every amount of money that you spent in Smite 2. And I just said, that seems more than fair, and I moved on with my life. And if I subjectively heard them say that and I said, I still don't think that's fair, you know what I would do? I would just not buy skins anymore. I would just go, you know what? This makes me change my mind a little bit on my future purchases of any in-game cosmetics. That's what it would make me think. All right, you know what? They got rid of those. I understand why. I understand objectively. Like, they can't kill their company just to give me 1,000 skins for free and recreate all them and pay the artist to do this for the next 10 months and just keep working on it. I would go, you know what? It's fair. I'm still disappointed enough to where this is going to alter my future cosmetic purchases within a video game, and I would move the fuck on with my life. That's what I would do. This tells me, when I see people complain about this, that they have way too much time on their hands. If this is the thing that is bothering you throughout your day, you gotta start prioritizing things that make your life better, because this is dumb. Don't get me wrong, we're paid to play it, and in chat, we're all having a good time talking about it, but I mean, if you're taking time to call stuff absurd, abusive, and make entire Reddit posts, and type in those comments, and reply to those comments for days and days and days and hours of your time, you gotta start locking in on what's important in life, because if you don't like this and you don't think it's fair, that's fine for you to think, just don't fucking buy it then.
Skin, and then 3 or 4.
This is how capitalism works. If they make something that's unfair, if they make something that's not good for its value, if they make something like that, this is how capitalism works. You don't buy any of it. If they make too many poor decisions and nobody buys it, they don't make money. If they don't make money, the company shuts down, and that's it.
Prism Smite 2 specific skins, the Wandering Market, are being sold at 100% diamond price. He's not processing the difference between the Smite 1 version of the skin, the Prism recolor of the skin, and the fact that the Smite 1 skin will be free with Legacy Gems in 2 months. He just doesn't get it. Even though they advertise Legacy Gems as a big discount for a large part of the cosmetics in Smite 2. They said if you are buying Smite 2 skins, not passes.
I'm not saying this as a rager, but the Emberlord Saga should be available for half off using Legacy Gems. Am I confused? I love the game, but I'm not crying about it. You're allowed to have concerns without me, like, shitting on you, brother. Yeah, it's available right now. Basically, what they're doing is they're basically releasing skins, and they're like, if you want it early, during the sale price and all these different things, the sale diamond price, you can do that. If you want to wait, you'll be able to apply your Legacy Gems after the sale period is over, and that's pretty much how it's been applied to all the other things too. This one just happens to be a completely new skin that isn't available after the fact for Legacy purchase. So you can use your Legacy Gems on the normal purchase after the sale period has ended, and that's been consistent with all the Traveler markets. Basically, they launch 3-4 weeks, sometimes 5 weeks. If you want to buy it now, you use all diamonds. If you want to wait, you can use your legacy gems. You can use legacy gems for 100% of the classic skin purchase. You can use your legacy gems for half the purchase of other stuff. I understand how it can be confusing because this one launched with just diamonds overall, and usually you can use legacy gems on skins, but this was a package. This was a traveler market that has a bunch of skins in it, so you can't use legacy gems for half off until the early release sale part of it is done. I do understand the confusion, right? They're doing a lot of different markets, they're doing them in a lot of different ways, and they're testing a lot of different things. I don't shame people for the confusion, right? Because they're testing things, right? So I don't shame people for that. It's just the people that like are losing their minds about it. It's not a harmless question. It's like you don't even have to give me the disclaimer like, yo, I'm not being a rager. You're allowed to have your opinion that like, I think they could have been more clear on X, Y, and Z. Sure, I agree. They could have been more clear on certain things. They're doing a lot of different tests with a lot of different markets to see what sells well and see what people like and see what people don't like. And that, in my opinion, has led us to the traveling markets and wandering markets, which to me is probably my favorite cosmetic economy, right? Like I like this more than like RNG chest rolls. I don't like RNG chest rolls. I like this more than like fear of missing out markets where like something is only available for a day and you might not know if it comes back until next Saturday. You have to be on at that time to buy it, on that day to buy it. I don't like those either. Their tests have led them to this market type thing, and I think this type of market for cosmetics is my favorite process or sale or whatever.
Anything special, not battle passes, none of that stuff, because these, if you guys don't understand, these wandering markets and travelers markets are battle passes just renamed because I think that's how Marvel Rival is doing.
Yeah, like I said, could they have been more clear on certain things that you can use legacy gems after? Yes, but the Sobek one that I bought was just for diamonds. The other one that I bought was just for diamonds as well.
Or does it or was doing it or something, and they like the idea. Other games do this. Hirez said these skins.
Do you think people having to spend money in Smite 2 now ultimately stems from them feeling ripped off from Smite 1 skins not transferring? No, I think it stems from entitlement. I think they felt entitled to things they paid for forever. And just like I explained to somebody yesterday, when you're assessing the value of a purchase, you purchased a skin for a god and then you played that god for 10 years. If Hirez decides to swap to a new game and make new stuff, they haven't closed down service of Smite 1. You can still go play Smite 1. You can still go play Smite 1 and play your skins. They're keeping it up as long as people want to play it. Well, that's what I mean, Told, is there's a traveling market and there's different kinds of markets. So some of the traveling markets have been just diamonds, right? So they have done both ways. So I agree that they could have been more clear that legacy gem, like after the sale, legacy gem, blah, 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 and they could have included that in a text-based message somewhere. But what I'm saying is they have tested multiple different avenues of like, a sale is on now, it's diamonds only, after the fact could be legacy gems. I'm saying the process in which they're selling it is fine and fair. They just could have communicated it better, but that doesn't excuse the overreaction.
Not these passes. Just if you want to individually buy skins, you'll be able to use half of your legacy, or you'll be able to pay for half of the skin. The skin's 800. It'll be 400. It'll actually be more because of the way conversion works. But you'll be able to pay for half with old legacy gems from Smite 1 and half with new diamonds from Smite 2. They did say that, and they've been doing it. Just throwing it out there. But now that's slowly being taken away. It's not slowly being taken away. Hirez has explained the wandering market and the travelers market and how you could just wait. What's going on? No one.
So I think like I said, I think this is a knowledge diff. Because they have done markets like this. They have done markets that are diamonds only and then transfer to being able to use your legacy gems. They have done this. They've done it multiple times. It's just... I don't agree. I don't agree that if that were the case, Mountain Man, if you were to say, hey, you're going to be able to use legacy gems after, and then everyone could just wait, you're not going to get the sale price. So the sale price in diamonds is already like 30 or 40% off. If you wait, you technically get it 50% off. So me personally, I'm not waiting. I want the stuff now because it's cool now. I'm not going to wait 5 weeks. So it's not a intended misdirect, and that because everyone would wait, because I don't agree. I don't care about that additional 10% of gems or diamonds I'm going to save. I could spend more diamonds right now, still get the 30 to 40% off by buying it during the sale price, and actually keep more legacy gems to maintain my half off purchases for longer term. So I disagree. If you're actually looking at the economy of Smite, if I were to wait, I'm actually using more legacy gems, which overall makes it so my legacy gems run out sooner, which overall makes it so I have my 50% off options for not as long. Whereas if I buy it right now just in diamonds, I get the sale price of 3,300 instead of 5,000, which is what it's going to be worth later. So I would have to spend 2,500 diamonds and 2,500 legacy gems. So I don't agree that if people used or knew it was going to be worth legacy gems, I don't agree, because I can either buy it now for 3,300 diamonds. It's normally going to be 5,000 diamonds, but you get it for the sale price, which is something they always offer. If I want to wait, I can, but I'm going to be using 2,500 diamonds and 2,500 legacy gems. So if I wait, I've lost 2,500 legacy gems, but I've gained 700 diamonds. Not worth it to me. I'd rather keep my legacy gems and pay the extra $3 for it now and keep legacy gems long enough to continue to pay for everything at half off value later down the line. Why are we doing math and Smite? It's because math.
No one seems to care because we're adults with brains and they're literally violating our consumer rights. Brother, are you the guy that walks in and says the customer's always right? Because fuck you. You're never right. Like, never. It's literally the opposite.
I did work in retail my entire life. The customer is usually wrong. I didn't know that's how it worked. Yeah. Like I said, this isn't a we're trying to fool you type thing. All of the information is there. The only reason it's gotten confusing is because they are testing a lot of different sale methods to find out what people like the most. And it makes most sense to do that during a beta. We're going to try a traveler's market. It's going to come here. This one's going to be temporary. So here's been the difference, right? Here has been the difference. Like, I'll show you. We've had wandering markets. Wandering markets are basically our Smite 1 battle passes. The difference is you are not locked into a certain amount of time, right? You're not locked into a certain amount of time. I'll show you entirely right here. To be fair, $32 in this economy is a lot. To be fair, if you have the interpretation that $32 in this economy is a lot, you should not be spending $32 on skins. I'm not disagreeing with you about whether it's a lot or not. I'm just saying if $32 is a lot for you, you shouldn't be spending money on free skins in a video game. Or sorry, on skins in a free-to-play video game. So this is what we've had. This was the first one they came out with, and the idea was these are going to be our battle passes. Instead of paying a premium price for the battle pass, you can buy a cheapened version, because if you look at the cost of a battle pass compared to Smite 1, Smite 2, this is technically cheaper. But once you unlock it, in order to pay for it, you can pay with in-game currency that you earn by playing and watching. So what this does is it makes less money up front, but it gets people on the game more. You got to get on the game and play it to earn your coins. You either watch it or play it. Watching and playing it supports the creators, and it also supports the game. If you're on the game more, that's overall better for long-term success of Smite. So they actually sell it a bit cheaper at times than they would, especially if you have legacy gems. They actually sell it for a bit cheaper, but you have to be on the game more to earn this, right? And you can use legacy gems on these. Now, this one is the first one where they made it diamonds only for a select period of time. Premium only access. And it was 3,300 diamonds. And it was X'd out, and it said at some point, it's like 30-something% off. At some point, it's going to be 5,000 diamonds. If I want to wait, I can wait and spend 5,000 diamonds, and I can also use my legacy gems once that premium only access sale is over, right? I can wait until that goes. So the reason people are confused is because on these first three, you could use legacy gems. On these ones, it was all diamonds. This is what it was, because they were classic skins that were just recolored. If you wanted to wait until these sales are over, since this sale is over, guess what? you can go buy the skin for Legacy Gems. If this one is over, you can go buy this for Legacy Gems right now. Not the recolored version, but the other ones. So all of these, as far as I'm aware, have been diamond only. 1,000 diamonds, I think, and then you can buy all of these recolors of this skin with market coins. Or, I don't want any of these, I just want my free skin. Cool. The sale's done. Go buy it with all Legacy Gems. That's it. The reason this one is a little bit confusing to people. So, play to earn wandering market. Purchase coins do not count towards coin capacity. Then you click on it, and it costs diamonds. And it costs only diamonds right here. The reason people were confused is because this is the first technical collection, if that's what you want to call it, because there's traveler markets and then there's the collections. These will never go away. You can always buy these at any time, but there is a sale price. The sale price is a discounted amount of diamonds. It's still a better deal. It's still a better deal than if you waited, because as I pointed out before, if you wait, it's going to cost 5,000 diamonds, which means it will take 2,500 of your Legacy Gems and 2,500 diamonds instead of just paying 33 right now. It's still a better deal. It's just, 6,250. Okay. So it's but it's all for one god? Well, yeah. So if you don't find the value in it, right? I found the value in it. This amount of stuff here for 20 bucks, 23.50, I don't know what the math was, 23 bucks, I found value in it. If you look at this and you're like, it's all one god, so I don't really find the 20 bucks worth it, then just don't buy it. There's nothing wrong with that. Hirez's job is to find cosmetics in the game that make you look cool, that make you say, I want to buy that. I want to look like that when I play the game. Right? And they're also still giving the people that don't want to spend money on their game an option by, you just have to wait. The main issue is people just don't want to wait. It's a beta. I think it would be better if the prisms were by themselves as a traveler, but that's too much. I don't think they should release this and then release more of the prisms later. This all at once as a big package is good enough for me. If you want to wait and only buy this version, maybe you can. And if you do want to do that, or maybe you can't. If you do want to do that, that's the whole point of them doing these tests. That's the whole point of them doing these tests. Then you can just wait. You wait, and then they say it's available, and then you go buy it. But that's the whole point of this right now, is they are testing these options. They are testing these options. How many people have been complaining? Under hot posts. Is this under hot posts? Yeah, it's under hot right now. Well, that's the thing. Like, the recall skins might be available. We don't know how that exactly is going to work yet because this is the first time they've tried this. So, don't get me wrong. I'm empathetic to the confusion. I might not have understood it the first time I did it as well. But I understand why there's confusion. Because they're just testing. They're just testing. So this will be 6,250, right? Maybe I'm just cheap because 3,750 diamonds for Emerald Saga is kind of insane. I don't agree, right? And that's it. This doesn't mean either of this GoldenEye kid or me are wrong. That doesn't mean either of us are wrong. Okay? It's subjective. If you don't think this is worth it, don't buy it. If enough people don't buy it, then Hirez will have to make changes. I assure you, they are a company that wants to stay in business. If they make enough decisions with different markets and different things and people don't buy it because they don't find value in it, I assure you it will change. The issue is a lot of people do find value in it. If you don't, then don't buy it. You know what I would suggest? The best part about the traveling markets, or not the traveling markets, but the wandering market collections, the best thing about them is they don't go away. So if you don't find value in it right now, because like I don't really see value in that, and then all of a sudden you start playing Vulcan, you're like, actually, you know what? I would like to. I would like that now. You can now go back and re-get it. It's just not going to be at the sale price. So that's the best thing about these markets is you can be like, you know what? I don't really want that. I'll give you an example. I'm going to buy everything because I'm supporting the game. But if they came out with the Morgan, it's a perfect example. If they came out with the Morgan pass like that for $30 and I wasn't just genuinely buying everything, right, to support the company, I wouldn't buy it because I don't like that character. I would just go, I'm not paying $30 for some fucking Morgan skins. But I like the Vulcan and I thought those skins were dope, so guess what I did? I bought it because I'm like, I'm going to use that. That's cool. Those skins are dope. Even the base skin is dope. Even the secondary skin is dope. So I did. So I bought it. I feel like the main issue is that there's like these collection style people where they're like, I want to like own everything and I can't own it right when everyone else does. And it's like, well, you're getting it for free, so you can wait. Right? You're getting it for free. I'm paying money. So if you're getting it for free, you can wait. You'll be okay. Like that's I think that's the part that's confusing. Like you're getting it for free, and you have to wait like 4 or 5 weeks to get your free stuff. Like, okay, just wait.